Good morning. It is Friday, November 4th. It is 6:01 in my locale. Current temperature is 82 degrees, supposed to go up to 86. Humidity is meh. So the humidity was higher yesterday morning and it went down over the day. Hopefully the same thing will happen. All right. So as we take a sip of coffee, because it's very early, I've been up since 4:30 like usual. So hang on. Okay. Turns out Daily Zen Poem has been back at work, so let's get started. When the mind is clear and bright and is not covered over, then you are not very different from the sages. If you allow no wavering from this clarity and do not let it change, and do not cling to it and do not neglect it, this is learning. Just protect it all the time and do not damage its clarity. Lu Hongzhang, 1504 to 1564. That keys in a lot to what I wanted to talk about today. So hopefully a rune pull will help to reinforce that. Ooh, we haven't seen that one before. Let's check it out. Or maybe we have. Sometimes I forget. Okay, 104. That's 108. That's a little too far. 106. That's a little too far. 104. Algaes. Protection, sedge or rushes, and elk. Control of the emotions is an issue here. Oh boy, it looks like everything's getting reinforced today. During times of transition, shifts in life course, and accelerated self-change, it is important not to collapse yourself into your emotions. Oh boy, is my stuff getting reinforced. The highs as well as the lows. New opportunities and challenges are typical of this rune, and with them come trespasses and unwanted influences. Algaes serves as a mirror for the spiritual warrior, the one whose battle is always with the self. The protection of the warrior is like the warning rustle of the sedge grass, or like the curved horns of the elk, for both serve to keep open space around you. Remain mindful that timely action and correct conduct are the only true protection. If you find yourself feeling pain, observe that pain and stay with it. Do not try to pull down the veil and escape from life by denying what is happening. You will progress, knowing that is your protection. Well, we seem to have a lot of stuff about progress. Hang on. But before we progress any further, the obligatory. Oh, we got a snort early on. The obligatory case overview. No snort. You know what that means, right? I want to go back to bed. Come here, buddy. Here's your blanket. And the blanket under the blanket. Under the blanket. There we go. All right. So let's see. The message of the day. Well, I keep seeing the same thing over and over. And so that tells me I should pay attention. And the entire thing that I keep seeing over and over is control of the self, control of your emotions. I just finished listening to a video this morning that they were talking about that particular item, and they said you can only control things you can control. One thing you control is your emotions. Okay. One of the things you can control is how you react. Okay. That's very, very, very Zen. You know, if you allow no wavering from this clarity and do not let it change, this is learning. Okay. Who was it? Viktor Frankl said that between stimulus and response, there's a space, and that space is pretty much everything. Okay, that's your decision. That's how you are going to react. Well, it's how you choose to act, not react. Reaction is bad. Reaction is the fancy dancy word is autonomic. You do it without thinking. Action is when something happens and you look at it and then you make a decision on what you have to do. Now, don't go as far as me. I am stuck in a persistent, consistent OODA loop. Okay, I have gone too far and I can't turn that off. So, if you don't know what an OODA loop is, OODA, by all means, do a little bit of reading and then your eyes will get opened up and you'll go, you don't want to go that far. What you do want to think about doing is when something happens, control your emotions. We live in a society now where higher emotions, especially from younger people, higher emotions are considered morally superior. It gives you that moral high ground. And the answer is no, you idiot. You're having a tantrum. It just makes you wronger, louder. Okay? We live in a place where, and this happened to me the other day, somebody made a left turn out of wherever they were coming. I was going straight down the road. Their truck is driving in my lane. You can't miss me. I am 22 feet long. And I started to slow down. And then right about, I'd say, 80 feet, they suddenly just moved to their lane and moved on. They didn't even look at me. They didn't even pay attention to me. Nothing. Were they in control? I don't think so. In a world where we're being told to be afraid of everything, and let's face it, in the last 3 years, we've been told to be afraid of everything. They've tried to take away the concept of, I'll assume the risk for whatever it is, and replaced it with, this is what you have to do to stay safe. One of the reasons I left my field of 26 years. There are certain things you can't assume the risk on. Like, you're working around spinning machinery, please don't have long hair. That type of thing. You can control that. The other type of control is when it comes from the top down. Okay? That's where you really need to institute your personal control, because the controls coming from the top down, in my personal opinion, generally do not have your best intentions at heart. They're usually there to protect something else. In my heart of hearts, my answer is somebody is being protected from liability. What did Shakespeare say? First thing we do. Right. It's because employees are no longer valued in companies. We are human capital. The only way you can get away from that is be self-employed. So if you want to do that, by all means do that. I've read a lot of different things, seen a lot of different things that tell you it's a great way to go. It's a lot of work. So like I said, I do stuff on the side. I won't do my original field on the side because nobody wants it anymore. They want me to write policies for, hand washing. And no, we don't do that. If you haven't learned how to wash your hands by the time you get to work, we should go to your mother and father's house and smack them around, because guess what? They failed. Controlling your emotions is very important. When I open that door over there, okay, I do my very level best to be pleasant, polite, upbeat, and now I'm getting older, so the things that go on up here that used to come out here very quickly because there was no mental filter, now I find that very rarely does that happen when I leave. And that's because I think I'm further in control of my emotions. I think the environment certainly helps key that in. I used to say that to Carrie a lot. My internal environment is keyed in by my external environment. If my external environment is messy and chaotic, my internal environment will be messy and chaotic. If my external environment is clean and calm, my internal environment will be clean and calm. So the message today is, take a look around you. See what you can control. Start with you. You know, your emotions, your thoughts. When you start to get stuck in that loop of, oh God, it's all falling. No, wait. Before the rocks fall down on me, what can I do? First of all, let's not get crazy and let's not panic. And the second thing is maybe move away from the rocks. That sounds like a good plan. It sounds like you're thinking and you're taking control, and you are acting and not reacting. All right, enough of that. Today's plan, work. Okay, yesterday I was with the naturalist who trained me, and so that was very pleasant because, you know, we got to get her, we're getting her back online and reacclimated and ready to go. She's going to train me on the other tour, which I think is fantastic. She's a lovely lady. Okay. The other fellow, he's the young buck. You know, he wants to be the star, and, you know, he wants to be the rock star, and that's fine by me. Go for it, kid. You know, I won't talk him down. He's very, very good at some of the things he does. Some of the other things he does, he's not so good because he's young. He got to do, his degree is in something that I would consider to be feel good, maybe not do good, because if that's the case, you wouldn't graduate college with a service sector job. You would be in finance, or you would be somewhere like a little higher up. You know, I still can't understand how this young man, who has a degree that is not, I would call, revenue generation stream, has a fairly new truck and a brand new trailer. So I start asking where his mom and dad live, because there's got to be a money source somewhere, because it ain't coming out of his pockets. He's got a nice setup, and he's a nice kid. He's just got to calm down a little bit, and that's all. Maybe I'm just old, and maybe you're just old, and maybe we're just a little calmer, and we start to look at that and we go, you can go run into a brick wall, that's fine. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. Because we've run into a brick wall a number of times and we realize it hurts. And we got smart. What else are we going to do today? Let's see. Got to make my lunch. Got to pull all that together. And, you know, who else knows what's going to happen? You know, if there's two naturalists on board, they can't really work together. One's got to take turns. If he tries to tell me, oh, you're going to sit off the side all day and I'll do this and you can do the other one tomorrow, I'm going to say, that's not what's going to happen. We're going to take turns and we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And it's then, if there's a real problem or he starts to give me a little lip, it's all right, let's just go take it to the boss and let's have him make a decision. Come on. Usually that makes them back down because you're just going, well, we're just going to go have a walk and a talk, and that's fine. I don't think there's going to really be a problem. But, you know, forward planning is very important. What did Heinlein say? Prior proper planning prevents piss poor performance. So that's probably the piece I want to leave you with as well. Okay. So I want you all to have a good day. Take control of what is around you that you can control. Understand what you can't. And then make good choices and good decisions for yourself today, whatever those decisions may be. Other than that, I will see you tomorrow. If it's really nice or I'm not exhausted when I come home, maybe we'll have a bonus video because it is a Friday. Okay? Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.